can you help this guy get back on the marble collector's page? I love my marbles. Hey everybody, we are here for another episode of Breaking Glass. It's a podcast for glassblowers by glassblowers. I'm Kevin Beecher, Josh Mazzei, and this week we got John Bridges, the man, the myth, the legend, the marble master. Nice to see you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, John. Welcome to the show.
Cheers.
We're
Cheers.
here at,
Audience. Cheers.
We're here in Vegas again, trying to get a couple podcasts in for you. We are up in the room, getting ready to go to the show. It's starting in like an hour and a half.
Opening night tonight. The show starts at 7 o'clock, goes until 10. It's kind of like just a little preview night.
So we were hoping to, talk to this guy for a little bit because he's our buddy and Melt alumni. He's
Love these guys.
Yeah.
Love these brethren. These my homies from a long time.
But if you don't know John's work, he's pretty much just the cleanest marble maker. I mean, he really is. If you look it up, you can go by Blackfire Glass.
Blackfire Glass.
On Instagram, which we'll have that on here. You can check out. If you check out his work, it is pretty remarkable. I mean, just the patterns and the lines, and he's so meticulous about every single little thing.
I lose sleep if I get a bubble.
Yeah, I believe it. I watched him work, and he worked at our house last summer, and I mean, just watching him work, you're like, how the fuck is this even gonna happen? And it's like he's stuffing shit in there and sleeping. I'm like, and then by the time he's done, you're like, wow. So it kind of always blows.
That was so much fun working at your place.
That was a good time.
Yeah, he got to come out, him and Tim Kaiser.
Beautiful place, gorgeous land out there where you guys are at. Oh my gosh.
We went to Gettysburg, walked around.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Great town. Yeah, it was actually funny thing is I live right by Gettysburg and I never go there. So it's like it was a good excuse to actually get out there and walk around. So what's going on with you? What have you been doing?
Just here in Vegas for the first time ever.
First
First time I've ever set a toe in Vegas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Are you
good.
serious? Good for you.
I've never had any reason to come here.
I thought we saw him at shows.
It's mostly,
That's
yeah. East Coast shows.
And then Melt, I guess. Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah, for sure. I've
Michigan.
never had any reason to get to
Michigan Glass
Vegas.
Project.
Yeah.
I don't gamble. I drink, but there's no good beer here.
No,
There is a brewery across the one place.
Sin City.
Something, yeah.
Sin City Brewing.
But any good? I don't know.
Probably about 10 different IPAs or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
People
That's
need to,
one
if
of
you're a
those.
brewer, mix up your styles. IPAs, little porters, little
Yes.
imperial porter, a little barrel aged on the other side.
Yeah, you're one of those
Absolutely.
IPA guys. I can't handle the stuff that messes with me.
Oh yeah. Well, IPAs can get.
You're a tequila guy too.
Yeah.
I know you always had that.
Yeah.
You're always walking around with a tequila bottle.
Yes.
So
Yes, but Ham has turned me into a whiskey guy. To a
Oh,
certain
good.
amount. Yeah. I've never been a whiskey person.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
from,
great.
From Ham's constant chugging, it's
Yeah.
turned me on to the whiskey.
Oh, because you shared a booth with Ham at
yeah,
Oregon Country. I was like trying to figure
yeah.
out, because I actually drank a bunch of whiskey with Ham on stage at the Oregon Country Fair for during our demo.
You're
we
not supposed to drink on stage at the demo.
Well, I know, but we didn't. We did all this fake, like, oh, we're not drinking. We were the last people on the
water
stage,
glass.
so yeah.
they don't want you to drink on stage.
No, it was like
Too
live
many
glass.
kids and stuff.
Yeah, we're basically performing for kids.
I did all my drinking before the demo.
Yeah.
Like a responsible.
Yeah.
glass.
Like I said, you always come to Melt. Like I said, I always saw you tequila there. You're just like walking around with that Don Julio or whatever. You
Yeah.
a bottle of something like that.
Yeah, try to bring some tequila.
Always
in,
riding your
some
skateboard
beer.
up and down the hills and.
Yeah. Oh man, love Melt. Come to Melt.
Yeah,
Melt is the best time in the world. It's ridiculous. Thank you guys for all
yeah.
the effort that you put.
Yeah, he's
into
coming back
to
this year.
Melt,
Be
man.
one of our
It's just-
artists on the list. He was there. He was one of our featured artists the first year, and then he's been every year except for last year.
Everyone
Because
was-
last year he couldn't go because
important stuff.
yeah, he had his big bad birthday.
Yeah.
What was it, big bad 50 years old?
Yeah, 50 years.
Yeah.
Apparently, mother wouldn't let him out. I was giving her shit about
Well,
that.
I did go out still. I was out vision questing in the mountains and climbing shit. And
Nice.
Well, I talked to her last night for a long time, and I told her, I was like, you can come with him? And she's like, but I want him to go and be his own and have his own. I was like, that's a good woman, man. That's a good woman. She really is.
Absolutely.
well, she gets to reap the benefits when I come back.
Well, at least she was
peace
polite about it.
and satisfied.
She was polite about it. My wife was like, get the fuck out of here. Go. You sure you don't want to stay for 3 weeks?
Really, melt is so awesome. When I come back from melt, it's just kind of like, all right, I'm done. I need to just work, melt glass. Like,
Yeah.
it's just not like I didn't melt glass out at melt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely do.
If you've never seen the torch stand, look at the videos of the torch stand at melt. It doesn't even capture it. It doesn't even capture the energy in there. It's like,
amazing.
it's so intense in there. This like incredible focus and so many torches.
Yeah, there's a lot of crew here. Like I said, I mean, we're walking around the show floor. There's just tons of people wearing freaking melt shirts and like just melt
Yeah,
sweatshirts. I mean, it's pretty wild to see that many people.
I love how like the melt shirt and the melt people thing is like a gang. You know? It's like if you've been at melt, you're like,
What's up? The fucked up thing is, I feel terrible because I fucking suck at names. You know, after 4 years, people walk up to me. We were just down in the hallway walking by to do rolls up. I was like, I had a full conversation. I'm like, I have no who fucking clue who that was? I was just like, I guess he was at Melt. I mean, I have no clue. But I mean, I just can't. I'm always focused on something else, and I don't have time to. Even if I talk, unless I talk to you one on one for a while and maybe multiple times. It's hard for me to remember everybody's faces.
Yeah, it's hard.
So
Especially.
I usually remember the faces, but I actually have to work real hard on putting the names to the faces.
Yeah, me too.
But I do that because I like to know the names.
Yeah.
But I gotta like
it's hard.
focus it.
So what have you been doing? Anything? You got anything coming up? Anything going on?
Yeah, right after this is going to be Humboldt Marble Weekend.
Now, do you go to that
this
every
is
year?
like back to back. No, this is going to be my first time down there too.
All right, yeah.
So
Where-
we're gonna go check
where's
it
that
out.
there?
Cool. See what's going. That's
I
in
wanna
Eureka.
report, yeah.
Eureka?
Yeah, way North Cali coast.
Nice.
Eureka.
Nice. Who
Humboldt
puts that
Marble
on?
Weekend. Topher Reynolds.
Yeah.
And I think Ruth's Page does
I
too.
know
Sorry,
who
Ruth.
she is.
It's like Topher's not the only one. It's a small team.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, so it always seems like it's like a team of like 3 or something like that put on these shows or whatever, right?
I also thought Parker was part of it too.
Who?
Parker.
I don't think
Our
so.
old buddy.
Oh,
Parker.
Chad?
Yeah.
I think he
Oh,
goes
is
out.
he actually
goes
part
out.
of it?
I thought him and Topher are so tight. I thought he was actually part of.
They're
that.
real tight.
Yeah.
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 I saw Justice made a bunch of steel engraved coins for it.
Yeah. Justice is out there every year.
Yeah, he goes.
Yeah.
Is he here this year?
No,
No,
he's
not.
probably too close for him
I don't
to
think
do
he
the
comes.
Yeah,
double trip.
for sure.
Yeah.
Eureka, though, like I said, I lived in Arcata for. So that's where I learned to blow glass at.
Nice.
So
We're gonna
Eureka's a little. I don't know. It's kind of a Eureka. There's a pretty
yeah?
lots of tweakers and I don't know. I haven't been out there. In a
See,
while.
I've never been to Eureka either, so this is going to be my first time.
Arcata and Eureka
well, I
is
have,
like within
but-
8 miles of each other.
Yeah.
You know, right down.
Yeah,
down
right next
the
to each other,
101
yeah.
or whatever. And so it's just like. Everybody go to work in Eureka because they do jobs in Arcata, and all the hippies scarf them up.
Yeah.
And so we don't have to go in Eureka to work.
Yeah, we're going to be maybe melting a little bit with Chunk, our buddy Chunk, while he's
Okay.
down there. Chunk! And probably bang on Jared's door.
Nice.
Yeah.
You should. If you and Jared put something together, that's going to be.
Would
epic.
love to.
Oh my god, I think that's a match made in heaven.
Yeah,
To see
yeah,
you guys
yeah.
come together would be incredible. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, a little bit
Did
of-
you bring any functional pipes and stuff? To this
No,
show? Nothing?
I would have liked to, but I really was
You don't make a
just
lot.
kind
I
of
mean,
like
you don't
short
make
on
many.
time. I've been so busy with marbles,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is fucking great. But I've just my whole functional thing has kind of been on pause for the last like
You make
6,
crazy
7,
beautiful
8
functionals
months.
too. I mean,
Thank
just
you.
your lines works and those.
Oh, I
everything,
love
everything's
making
so
them
clean.
too.
You
Sure,
know,
I love
that's
making
the
marbles.
thing.
I've got like this backlog of ideas too that I'm putting into the rigs, but it just I'm like really hopefully maybe come March I can kick out the next one.
Yeah.
I make probably not more than 3 in a year or something. You know?
That's crazy.
I'm kind of curious, because something's been on my mind a lot about how many people are here at the show and stuff like that are for this. That it's this year Las Vegas almost has doubled in size.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the previous years. When you walk around, it's huge this year.
Okay.
Comparison, which is only its 4th year. Of course, growth is natural.
Yep.
But this is your first year. You've never done a Vegas
I've never
show.
done any trade show in
What,
Vegas.
yeah, never. What was the push this year? Because again, what I like, why part of the reason I'm more comfortable asking you this question is because you're saying that he is busy working, making glass. There's a demand for your marbles. So not to say that that's like a reason not to come, but at least I think a lot of people that are here because they're hurting. You know, which I feel like there's been like, and of course there's this thing with
a lot of big guys.
a lot of big
name glass blowers that don't normally come to shows. Are here.
guys
they're
that
never
stepped
here.
out of the trade show circuit. Now with age going down, maybe that has something to do with it. They're
Maybe.
not running age and stuff. But
Yeah.
like, what was your push though to come this first year?
Well, my push personally was just essentially about like every now and again I just like to stick my face out there somewhere and see if there's people I should be dealing with.
yeah.
See if there's something here that I should. I don't really need anything more, but I don't know, just always sniffing out the next the next like little vein of whatever things are.
yeah.
You know, I've never dealt with regarding marbles. I've never dealt with shops. The shops just don't really do marbles.
Yeah.
I have marbles in some shops, but there's usually kind of like shop collections and stuff like that. You know, like but like as far as like actually selling marbles like a product in shops, like they don't do it. So that's never been on my radar.
Yeah.
And I don't sell wholesale. Sorry. So
Why do you think that marbles are? I mean, like you take some. Of course, there's presence of marbles out like in high-end buying galleries. Like you got people like Josh Simpson. You know, Kevin O'Grady's been. I mean, he's been putting marbles in galleries. You know, for most of his career, they're not going in shops.
Yeah,
I mean, is there why do you think that maybe there's not more? Because I mean, there's obviously a commitment to the work from so many artists. The quality and everything's there. Is it just a
really generally marbles don't. Marbles just don't get anywhere close to the appreciation, even with the appreciation that they do get now, which is a lot. Like they don't get anywhere close to the appreciation that they are. I believe they're destined to get at some point. You know?
Yeah.
Like marbles are so great, and I'm constantly meeting people who are like who have. Didn't even know marbles existed. Or
Existed in
you know
an
what I
art
mean?
form.
Like,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
anybody who shows
Yeah,
marbles
yeah.
knows it's like there's like
Oh,
these
it's
people
crazy
who
when
buy
people
these are
walk
nice,
up and they'll
these
be
are
like,
cool. Yeah.
What is this? And I'm like,
Totally.
They're like,
Yeah.
what are you
And then
doing?
some people are
It's
like
a marble.
flat. they're like blown away. I've never seen anything like
Yeah.
this. Like
I love when you
shit,
get that.
Where do you even get this? You know,
Yeah.
there's shitloads of those people out there, and
Yeah.
they don't even know that they're marble people.
Well, that's why I keep thinking that something's going to happen where they're going to get more of a recognition or something like that, because the impact on people when you meet them at like a show, you constantly are. Yeah, and again, like here you are an artist and you're so in demand making it, you can't even be pursuing functional work or
Totally.
something like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we made a bunch of marbles for this show, like a lot of clam marbles and stuff. So we actually came marble heavy. For this show
Nice.
compared to most
That's
shows, marbles and goblets and pendants is pretty much what we had a lot more focus on.
Right on,
You know,
right on.
I mean, we have some pipes. We do have a lot of pipes, but not like I said. It's never sell pipes here.
Yeah.
And there's just so many pipes in there. There's some beautiful pipes down there. I mean, beautiful.
Certainly.
Did you go over to that World of Series yet?
I haven't even gotten the chance to
Fucking-
look around here much
other
yet.
than
Like,
pieces,
it was a little bumpy at the setup, so I had to do a Home Depot run.
Oh, you did?
Setup.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, bad clips or table sizes and shit like that. I kind of have a different display. I've kind of renovated my display. So
Yeah.
You didn't bring your little doll heads. And
I do have a doll. In fact,
I always love seeing the doll heads.
in fact, I've got a new doll head that's like a centerpiece doll head.
Yeah,
That's
if you see his booth,
super creepy.
if you see him, maybe we'll try to take a photo.
yeah, we'll try to walk around and
So
get a
we can-
picture of
yeah.
your booth and Shaggy's
He just
booth.
has all these like little doll heads and like random bullshit,
Put it in
some dice.
What's the
Yeah.
octagon dice or?
Oh yeah, 20 sided.
Yeah, 20 sided.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that'll be here. That'll be here for sure. Yeah, it's fun
D20.
to fill it out with weird shit.
Yeah.
Creepy shit. I actually have some mini switchblades too that I'm gonna put out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like real mini, like this big.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna just pick them up from Portland.
We just recently got some little Damascus knives, little
Yeah.
folding pocket.
Oh, really?
Damascus
Yeah,
blades.
Darren bought us for
Darren-
Christmas.
Darren-
Oh, nice.
Miniature Damascus knives.
yeah, little locking.
You put in the marble exchange?
No. But this
that's
is all
kinda
a
funny
direct
now.
result from
yeah.
the marble
Well, what's
exchange
funny
last
though
year.
is
Yeah.
last year you put a marble in the marble
Yeah.
exchange. You weren't here. You're saying.
Yeah,
Right.
So-
Yeah, that was the thing. It was kind of like the headlining marble or whatever, and I wasn't able to make it last year, and so the whole reason I'm even here now is that
Your
this
booth.
is the
Yeah.
turnover from there.
Yeah.
And you talked to Amy about that, so thank you.
Hey, welcome back.
So what they do
And
is
so, like, because of Josh is the reason that I'm here. Basically, this guy.
for the marble exchange, like everybody down there, anybody wants to, they can take a marble, donate it, and then it goes into. They wrap them up, put them in a big bag, and then they call people's names. Everybody that did it gets to reach in and pick one, and then you get a marble from somebody else. And this year, I don't know who the marble was, but every year they put a special marble. Last year it was John's. If you pick that marble out, you get to keep the marble for one, which is awesome.
Yeah, that alone.
But you get a free booth for this show. So every year they do that. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, it's
I'm
totally cool. I
gonna-
should
I won't
have
be
brought
here.
something for the exchange. You throw away, but it's like
Could have hooked up.
I was cramming.
Oh, I bet,
I'm
yeah.
so mad over this last 3 weeks, especially. It was just.
Well, a lot of times
it
the
was
marble's
ridiculous.
supposed to be worth like $100 or more, but most, a lot of people put in jank just to put something in it.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody pulls one of your marbles out, it's going to be worth a lot of money, and you're
Well,
like,
it's all about the artist's representation of what their work is.
I usually go out and put something pretty decent in. I mean, I'm never putting like something cheap. I usually put
Yeah,
something pretty decent in. So I don't know. I always get-
Hundo is not a high bar. If someone put in like
Yeah.
a 2-inch marble, it should be like you go for something like that.
Yeah, but you'll
especially-
see him. I've got beat. One year I got beat pretty bad. Well, the best part was the first year he picked my marble out. He came back to say, he's like, "Fuck, dude, I got your marble."
Oh, you weren't psyched? Shit. That's
we had the conversation before. He was like, "What marble chip?" I was like, just put in some kind of one of your lower ends. Don't put your best marble. And then I walk up.
No, your own advice came back and bit you.
so he could have had a better marble.
That's my
my
goddamn
God.
shop mate.
It was hilarious because I was like, I literally convinced him to put it.
That's karma for you.
Yeah, totally.
So, I don't know. What I last year? Who did I get last year? I forget. I got that one year. 2 years ago, I got that hollow one. Just a big hollow ball.
Yeah.
Remember, it was like fucking big.
Was it round?
Yeah, it was round.
Oh.
It had a little bit of choppiness to it here and there, but it was completely round. But it was, it's a big color. I think it was that black, whatever, lightning back shit.
I won a marble slinger marble last year.
Did you really?
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
It was there's a sandblasting company that must have got a marble for him, and it was not a great marble, but they signed it Marble Slinger, and they also signed their Iconics. It was like a photo resist company that submitted one, so I won.
Interesting.
That one I had was somebody too. Wasn't it?
Yeah, you won. I can't remember.
I forget
yeah.
who it was, but it was somebody pretty big.
So I won Glass Goddesses actually 1 year too. So I've won Kevin's, Glass Goddess, Sarah.
Okay. Nice.
All people we know.
Yeah, and then,
Class Goddess,
yeah. So and then I won that one from last year from Iconics Imaging and Marble Slinger, which I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Slinger doesn't make a lot of marbles.
I know, because with that name,
with the name,
with the name Marble Slinger, and he still doesn't really, years and years ago, I think he used to.
Probably,
I think that's where the name kind of derives from. Yeah.
Yes.
I got the cold ones down here if you want. Underneath. I just put them there.
But why marbles don't roll in galleries? I think they're just too subtle.
Yeah.
I think they're just too unique. It's like marbles are just made to pass from hand to hand.
Who is your big buyers? I mean, is it just collectors?
Collectors.
You don't sell any stores.
Collectors. No, I don't sell any stores. I don't wholesale to anybody, even Brian. But I would wholesale to Brian. Brian's probably the only person I would wholesale to.
I got the pen right here.
But hey, well, there you go. This is the one from last year.
Brian buys your marbles at full retail, then puts them out and marks them up?
Kinda. I don't know. I might mark.
I'm not saying. I'm not trying to
It's
get.
actually been a while. I haven't sent marbles to Brian
Yeah.
like a couple of years. Sorry, Brian.
Yeah.
I really. It's not because of Brian. It's because I've been too damn busy. Really.
Brian used to wear me $80.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm always wearing that thing.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Brian is probably the only one I currently do. I mean, I don't know. Not that I'm against. Well, I am against it because I can't lower prices. I can't sell marbles at 50% of what I.
Well, and I don't think I don't think you need to draw a hard line at 50%. I think you can say like, oh well, I mean, it's your prerogative to wholesale, and that's what I'd encourage. I encourage other artists, like, it's your prerogative. What your wholesale is, your wholesale could just be 25% off, but you're buying a minimum of 5 marbles.
But I would find a way to make it work if I thought it was worth it, really. But if I just haven't seen any wholesale marble situation except for Brian to be
again, I just think
anyway.
it just doesn't have to be the right person who approaches you and makes it happen, and presses you to make it happen.
Yeah, totally.
Have you? I hate to ask questions when I really don't know kind of the background of it, but for a while there was a marble gallery in Australia.
Yeah, fuck yeah. World of Marbles.
World of Marbles. Now, did you ever get involved with them?
And her name was her name escaping me right
I'm
now?
blanking it too.
Super nice lady. I actually met her in person.
Oh, cool.
I met her in person in
Wasn't it Wheaton?
Tacoma one time.
Tacoma.
It's an odd Tacoma show. She happened to go up there and save my ass at the time too. Thank you. Fuck, why I should be remembering her name.
Yeah. Well, World of Marbles.
But World of Marbles is no more. So
it's no more. Okay. Yeah. I didn't actually.
Tasmania is where it was.
It was in Tasmania.
Fucking Tasmanian marble.
Wow.
Yeah, really cool. She made marbles, and I can't believe I'm forgetting her name because she's a really wonderful person.
I know that doesn't help it.
Yeah, she's a super nice lady, awesome accent, and really great person. But I guess she had enough with the World of Marbles eventually.
Do you have any other marble shows you're going to this year?
Coexist.
Are they doing it again? You didn't go last year.
I didn't go last year. No, I really wanted to go last year, but it fucked me up putting it before Melt. It was maybe 2 weeks before Melt.
And that'd be my criticism of it too, that I brought it up.
They're our partners, so
I've told them.
I didn't mean to hit a vein.
No, bring it up.
Like
I'll
that.
tell you.
I mean, like, everybody's
they-
pissed off at each other.
it was all about what they were trying to do it around the same time. But that show, like I said, it's a new show, so it wasn't like they didn't have the crowds yet, and they need to.
Yeah.
They weren't going to draw the Wheaton crowd because.
People. And that means there's a haul out from, if you're coming in from New York or something like that, it's what, 5-6 hours, something like that?
I mean, they set it up nice. I mean, they had big tents, and they had that. They had the border derby thing. They were racing marbles.
Nice,
that was kind of cool. And we just had food, and it was a good time.
Yeah, I hope to get there. I don't know if a show exists. It's like I would like to hit it just to put some energy into the scene. like Humboldt is actually going to be quite a strain for me to get to the Humboldt weekend. It's just, I mean, right after this.
But at least it's all bundled into one trip, right? And you're with Marjorie. That sounds nice.
No, because we actually flew down here this time, and then we're popping back up, and then I'm actually slipping in a Sinead O'Connor concert in between those two. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where's she
Sinead,
at?
she's coming to Crystal Ballroom.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
Yeah, totally. And I know I could not say no to that. You know,
I would
I've
probably
never
go.
seen Sinead
Where's that
before.
at?
So
I would love to see her.
Yeah. Portland, downtown Portland. Crystal Ballroom actually kind of sucks.
I wish I had a picture of the Pope to hand you right now so you could rip it. I remember actually, I was watching that live. I was watching that
Oh,
SNL
really? You
live
saw that one
back in
live?
the 80s. Yeah,
Oh,
because I was just, I was at middle school or high school maybe.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
just remember like, what's that bald chick doing ripping up that picture?
Yeah, totally.
But, yeah.
Singing the Bob Marley version.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
That was awesome. That's like one
Yeah,
of
no,
those
I
cultural
love that about
moments.
Sinead. She's just crazy and and just like we've actually got our fingers crossed that she's gonna play. You know, like who knows what the fuck could happen with Sinead? Like, but I mean, voice of Ireland. You know,
Absolutely.
just the voice that'll send chills up your spine.
Yeah. I've actually never seen a show at the Crystal Ballroom. I'm almost embarrassed to say, except
all right.
now you're actually saying it's not a great
Oh
venue.
no,
so-
I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that.
No,
it's just that it's part of the whole McMenamins franchise, which overall I'd say like thumbs up. If
Yeah.
you're coming to Oregon, come stay in some McMenamins.
I would do it.
Edgefield, Masonic Temple, all these other different places.
Elementary school in Portland. Have you stayed at that one?
Fuck yeah,
I
Kennedy
love-
School.
yeah, that
there's
place
one
is
up
awesome.
in Bend. The McMenamin scene is like if you're just passing into Oregon, viewing audience,
Yeah.
and you want to like stay somewhere kind of like weird and interesting and funky, go up to that place.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
or any of those hotels.
Yeah.
What's your
Always an unusual scene, and you know the best place to stay in Portland is the White Eagle.
Well, no, I don't know that.
Well, I mean best.
Yeah, but
it's like
yeah.
it's really a seedy joint, but the White you know the White Eagle?
No, I don't. And that's
The
at
White
McMenamins too?
It's a McMenamins too. It's up there by just south of the Mississippi neighborhood, right?
Okay,
in Portland.
Oh, is this anywhere close to like DFO area?
Not
Yeah.
really. It's much closer to downtown.
Yeah.
DFO is much more out by like Columbia River.
Are they doing that at DFO the same place this year?
Yeah, I think so.
That place has been working out.
Yeah.
Come to DFO.
Yeah, come to DFO.
That was fun last year.
Yeah, we
Had a good time. He actually saved me and took me home the last night there.
Yeah.
I was like, he found me wandering around out there, and he's just like, "What's up, buddy?" I was like, "I don't know. I lost Josh.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm at." He's like, "I can give you a ride home." I was like, "Really? You can drive?" He's like, "I haven't been drinking." I'm like,
Drive?
"I'm wasted." I was like, he like dropped me.
You
off.
had you're saying you're wasted, and you had your big goblet too. You had one of the Civil War bullet
Yeah.
goblets, and I have the goblet. You left it in the van.
nice.
Oh.
It's if you were ever wondering,
Well,
that
somebody stole my glass that night. Like I had 2 cases. No, not that glass. I'm talking. I had two gun cases, and I set them down, and somebody literally walked off with them.
Oh, but we got him back.
We got him
Yeah,
back.
yeah, I
I
remember.
was
That
like-
was an accident.
No, it was, but I mean, it was just one of those things. Like somebody was like just walked up and grabbed my.
That's
gun.
right.
Yeah, I was walking around. Like, what the fuck? Dude?
that came back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah. Somebody
Man, I'd
brought-
be surprised. I'm just like I don't know. It's
I know. Yeah.
yeah, there was a lot of
I've
stuff. in
never
the cases.
felt any kind of thiefy kind of a vibe out
No,
of it.
that's what you normally don't. Like even at all of our stuff sit at our booth right now. We're all up in the room right now. I mean, everybody's here, and wait, nobody down in our booth.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah,
set
yeah.
out. They have cameras on everything too.
that
Did you see the
helps.
signs they have this year?
No.
Like when you walk out, there's a big sign that says, "This room is completely covered by closed circuit cameras. Be like, you will be prosecuted, and we will publicly
Yeah.
shame you."
Oh, good.
You know they'll do the shaming.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to fuck with the glass scene, man.
Yeah, dude.
Nobody shames like the glass
It's right
scene.
when you're walking out the door. They're right there.
year,
Sitting.
there was a lot of first or second year. There's some theft at their show, and they found the guy selling it on Craigslist. One of the guys from this, they videotaped going
Yeah.
and getting them back from her. They're posting them
Oh,
up.
shit.
Yeah, so you don't want to fuck with.
Or
the
it's
Las
like that
Vegas
one
people.
guy a couple of years back.
We
who
got robbed 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody stole one of his and Don Chili's pendant collabs.
Oh,
It was like a $400 pendant.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came in the morning and like we had everything laid out, and Josh was like, "Where's that one pendant at?" And he's just like, "It was one of those very,
Unique,
distinguished
yeah,
pendant,
yeah.
and sure enough, it's gone. There was only 3. There was 3 reported thefts that year,
all
and
pendants.
one of ours.
Yeah.
there was some guy a few years ago, like I guess it was maybe the DFO tried to walk off with something, and they got him and forced him to take a photo with a sign that said something like "I'm a thieving douche" or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like then they posted all over. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's how they
Yeah.
pull the shame vibe
Totally.
on that shit.
So have you ever done we're talking about marble shows, have you ever done the Moon Marble show?
Yeah, I did it last year for the first time.
I thought you had.
Yeah. Yeah, and I demoed there that year too, which was so great. I wish I could be there again this year.
Yeah.
Moon Marble. Yeah, that's wish I could get back there. Bruce is a
Where's that at?
beautiful human being, and
Where's that at?
In Missouri? I think?
Kansas City.
Kansas
Well,
City?
outside of Kansas City, Bonner Springs, Kansas.
Bonner Springs?
Really, if it wasn't for this and Humboldt, I couldn't possibly do that after this and Humboldt and all that shit. But I wish I could get back. To
I know
this.
Justice does that one every year, though.
Yeah, for sure. That's a roots audience over there, man. That's roots
it's-
marble world out
Yeah.
there.
I mean, there's.
I'd like
It
to
sounds
go.
like there's a good
I'd like to go to another marble show.
maybe 7 marble
It's
shows this
busy
year.
as fuck too out there.
Yeah, I'd like to find one to go to another one. Like I said, I have fun at marble shows. I love making marbles.
They
Like,
run shuttles to Marble Crazy because it's so packed with people. They have lines out the door of people trying to get into Marble Crazy.
Wow,
Because
that's
it's
cool.
yeah, it is a big ass show.
I'll have to look
How much
into
does it
that.
cost to
really
get into
worth
them?
going
What's it
to.
cost to get into them?
Cheap.
Yeah, the marble shows tend to be
$100.
inexpensive.
Yeah.
But you don't get like
$100 for the
booze and
table.
you don't get like tape or
You get a table,
hotel
yeah.
rooms and all that shit.
No.
No, but if you're only paying $100 for your table,
Oh, shit,
then
yeah, cheap.
yeah.
And the hotel sucked. The all that stuff was there. There was no reason to stay at the hotel.
We always make the party at the hotel.
I mean, there's some good lads over there. The Beatums was over there. The Beatums.
Yeah, the
Love
Beatums.
The Beatums.
Yeah, they're fun. His son's fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Nick's a
They
great kid.
came to
The Coexist Marble Show this last year.
Oh, yeah, they were there.
Yeah, they're out there.
He actually had to leave early because I think his grandma or somebody died.
Oh, no.
I remember he had to leave. He had to pack up early and like he had to take off. I know they were pretty bumming about it. They had to drive and they were like, "We gotta go." So they were only there for a couple hours. And then
Yeah,
something came up.
Nick is driving. I from what I understand, getting a forced or getting them out to a lot of these shows.
Yeah.
Like them being in Las Vegas, I'm sure is kind of like Nick's. He's trying to like inject them into the marble scene, which is the right way to do it. You know,
We should try
for,
to
for
do
a
some
classic
kinda-
marble maker. I mean, there's soft glass.
We should try to do some
marble.
kind of marble thing for Melt.
Yeah.
We should just try to figure out something, get some marble guys there, and like make it some kind of little scene in it within the show.
Yeah.
I've always kind of wished at Melt. I don't think this is technically possible, but I always kind of wished at Melt that there could be kind of like a marblers or smallers table and kiln.
Yeah.
Especially
Like, especially kiln, yeah.
the
totally.
kiln situation is dicey with with marbles and anything small. But
Yeah.
I know it's not technically possible. I'm in a Delta. Like I mean, a lot of people are on Lynxes and
Yeah.
they're all kind of different sizes. So Jesse's got to break it up too.
Something's got to happen with those kilns. I don't know. It feels like it's really out from underneath my umbrella of what I cover, but it's one of the
Yeah.
things that the artists and people talk to me about all the time. Just the challenges that come with kilns and stuff.
Yes.
But they're all, actually, for the most part, I mean, occasionally you get somebody who's a little too salty, but for the most part, everybody understands. They just want it
When
to be.
you have 150 people blowing glass, and you
Totally,
have
yeah, it's a really
25
tricky-
kilns. I mean, it's just like
And then
you just
some have
gotta
to
be
heat
able to
cycle down, like
Well,
they get full.
that's the
and
thing.
turn
That's
it
why
off.
people get pissed because they want to work all night and be like, you gotta shut the kilns down so you can clean them out,
Yeah.
take everything out tomorrow.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, you'd have to really put some brains into like if you were really going to have like a flawless kilning situation there. I mean, like
Yeah.
you'd almost have to be like rolling in kilns and rolling out like 2 kilns for every kiln station to kind of you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
moving in and out,
this one's
swap
full.
out.
Like this one cools down, that one's in now in effect. You know, something like
Interesting
that. Or,
idea. Yeah.
And then again, if like there was something for like just like dedicated small stuff or whatever,
Yeah.
I'm putting like in these eggshell thin.
Well, that's why we try to
layers and
dedicate.
stuff
We
like
try to
that.
dedicate the 3 or 4 the big Scots and the big F5.
Yeah, we brought
500.
Scott. You missed that. We had Scots last year.
Yeah.
We brought in 3 scares.
I thought you always had the.
Scott,
we always
Scott
take
just-
care of them.
No, it was just last year. It's the first year for
Oh,
Scott.
okay,
yeah.
okay.
But we tried to, we that's why we have certain people that are, there's, when you put something away, it's like there's certain people that are allowed to put things away. You don't let just anybody open
Certainly,
that thing
yeah,
up
no,
and put
totally.
shit away. It's like there's usually like the kiln police. We said about this year using some of our interns to. Me and Todd talked about like we need a Bunsen burner Nazi. We need somebody walking around like turning people's Bunsen burners. Like so people just turn them on and let them go.
Leave them alone.
They just let them
Oh, yeah,
blast. And it's
totally.
like, dude, we're going through freaking 60 propane, 100-pound propane tanks. It's like
We're
you
talking-
need to.
Yeah, we're talking about putting in our own filling station there on site and paying for it.
Shit,
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, and they're, of course, the camp's like, yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah, you mean for propane?
Yeah.
Well, they have
Oh,
they have
yeah.
a 1,000-gallon tank there
Yeah.
that we can
Yeah.
fill, but we just
Oh,
need to be able
okay.
to fill them ourselves. We have to put that filling thing in.
Gotcha.
Which I don't know. If we talk to the gas place, they might do it for us. You know, it's like I did some research on
Wow,
that.
that's exciting. You have to have your own. There's so much fire. You gotta have your own propane.
Well, we suck it down. I mean, last year we didn't use as much gas because people were a little better about, the liquid and stuff.
Tell that to Rob, who was making all those trips for 100-pound tanks constantly.
We were making trips, but you got to realize the year with Marcel, the second year, we went through 63 100-pound propane tanks, and we would do like 52 liquid oxygen tanks.
Incredible. That's what happens at Mel.
Yeah.
So, last year we actually did less. We did like 28, 29 or something like this. It was significantly less. The bill was less, so I know that. At least Todd had. He's just like, excellent.
I'm surprised you guys hold down the oxy the way like people like.
Well, that's
people
what I said.
abuse oxy.
We need to get like an intern or two that's there just on a shift in the thing, and they just walking. If you see people walking around, people just let the torches blast, walk away, sit down,
and like
down,
sizzling, like
Dude,
you never
stop.
need to.
Just like stop. Just turn it off. You don't need to have the thing turned on. Those Bunsen's are a nightmare. Everybody has one.
Everybody had one.
Everybody has a Bunsen.
Yeah, they're kind of in. Yeah.
I used it I bought that one myself, and I used it for a minute, and I haven't used it since.
And those are strictly propane, right?
Yeah,
Bunsen's.
totally.
Yeah. Right.
I did like it the day I did use it, but I haven't really had a need. If I have a kiln beside me, I don't need a Bunsen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just depends on whatever the scale, I think.
But I understand melt. It is nice to have one, so you don't have to go in and out of the kiln. You can just sit there.
Yeah, that is. I mean, that's
Especially anything that can help you on the kiln front.
That's
there.
actually, yeah,
It's like-
there's good
I
argument.
do a lot more bench cooling stuff like it in those heavy kiln situations. MGP too. Same situation because it's tricky.
Because it's tricky there, yeah. Are you going back to that this year?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Because of course
I
they have
really
their
hope
regular
so.
marble, again, another little marble thing that they have an event within
Oh
the
yeah,
event,
they
right?
do.
The marble
Tim,
bar.
Tim always does that.
Tim Kaiser's.
Of course, yeah. The marble show over there. Yeah, it's a lot
Marble
of fun.
show at the marble bar. Right?
It's crazy. It's like a dance. And
it's
marble
yeah.
show.
I got dancers right over in this room. We got Waldo right next door, so he was like the dancing freak.
He's
I got
got
videos of that.
He's got videos
Oh,
of
yeah,
him
I got
dancing
some
at that
videos.
thing.
Oh,
Where it's
okay,
just
okay.
like people are walking by, when ladies walking by, and he just like starts dancing with the thing.
He took the whole
They're
floor
really
over.
psyched about that too.
Oh, it's great.
And then Sean volunteered to drive him home. The whole way home, he's just snorting, laughing. He was so drunk.
He's great.
I actually had never seen him like that. I mean, I've seen him get drunk, but when you start snorting like that, you're drunk. That was pretty good stuff.
Never been snorting drunk.
So, what's your plan for Mel? Are you gonna? When are you coming out? What are you coming out?
Well, it depends upon the Coexist show. If they're like last year, it happened right at the tail end of August. If it happened again the same way, I'd try to bump out there at the end of August
Oh, and just
catch
like
that.
a couple weeks.
Oh shit!
Yeah, maybe hang with you
and come
guys,
down,
hang in
come
your
down,
nice
yeah.
luxurious dig.
That
You
would
can
be
come up to
sweet.
melt with us early too. And then
I would love
Then
to.
you can just,
you just hang out and freaking
Yeah.
ride your skateboard around. And
Yes, I love that so much.
Yeah.
And I loved staying late the other year
Oh,
over
yeah.
there too, melting in the cafeteria the whole time. I just love melt. So
Yeah,
much.
it's gonna be like I said. You need you didn't have a one wheel, did you? You just had a skateboard.
No, I don't. Yeah, it's just a skateboard,
Yeah.
but those one wheels are the way.
Well, I figured that's something I figured something you'd have just because you'd be like.
I would
down
love
that road.
a one wheel.
There's a lot more this year. Every year there's like more people get them.
Oh, totally.
More
Dan's got it all started.
there's like
Piper Dan.
scooter Nazis
Piper
now.
Dan.
Everybody's got scooters now. It's like every single person there brings a scooter.
One wheels are better.
Oh, they are fun. But hey,
Stay right up.
at
You go
4
straight
or
up
5
on the
o'clock in the
grass.
morning when you've been drinking bourbon or tequila all day
Then you
long,
don't know how to ride a fucking one wheel.
I'm definitely eating shit on one.
You can go right up that grass hill.
Do you have a favorite marble maker?
Do I have a favorite marble maker?
Yeah, I mean, like Kevin constantly's like you're saying you're his favorite marble maker. So
He
it's
just takes offense to that.
I do not.
He just looks in the mirror. He's like, I love my marbles.
I mean, do I have a favorite?
I just wonder if there's somebody like you're like.
I don't know if I have a single favorite. I mean, Piper Dan.
I was, yeah, Piper
That's
actually
nice.
inspired that.
I mean, especially because his stuff is so different than me. I get caught into stuff because it's like if it's something that I do, I'm naturally less interested in it.
Yeah.
You know, like that means
Well, that's how I
vortexes. I mean, so sorry, vortex people out there, but it's very hard to excite me about a vortex.
Yeah.
You know,
But you
except
don't
for
do one.
Ravens. Raven.
Oh, we did a little show with Raven last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raven's here somewhere.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
not
we
seen
talked to
him
him
yet.
last night
Oh,
for a
good,
while.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we-
shh, I haven't seen him yet.
We talked to him for like, 10
He's my
years
brother.
or something.
Love Raven.
And you were never. I mean, we're from the same town. You were never going to do anything with vortexes, my friend. We had
I've
we
done
had, we
vortex.
had it on lockdown in that town.
Oh, well, no, I've done vortexes. They look totally different. That's the thing. If you make vortexes, do them. But just do them totally different than everybody else.
I'd like to see yours. I bet you
Don't,
have
I'd be
a
like,
pretty
don't even try a
fresh take on it.
dichro vortex. Don't try it.
I bet you have a
It's
pretty
like-
fresh take on something.
I would like to see them. I can't. I have a few of your marbles,
Yeah, I
and
would
not
be
some
like
of your
this
older marbles.
implosion vortexes and like 3D walls and see-through walls and stuff.
More like the kind of the Weber gravity
it's
well
like
style.
instead of backed,
Uh-huh.
like you get the whole thing as a 3D cone.
Yeah.
Because vortexing is great.
Yeah.
Well, what's that?
I mean, I still
yours?
vortex. But my saucerful tech that I just put out is a form of a vortex.
Yeah.
It's just a contained vortex.
What sets yours out? Like I said, it's just your lines. Everything's just so precise. I mean, it's just you have to look and look and look, trying. I look and I'm trying to find flaws. You know, just like what the fuck's
yeah,
the flaw?
good thanks, man.
Oh, you're not gonna find a flaw.
That's what I'm saying. You can't find
Yeah,
flaws.
you will find flaws
Well,
if you
you
look
do.
hard
You
enough,
probably
man.
see them, but they're very,
Oh, they
very.
drive me nuts.
And then it's just the color schemes, and like when you put the UV to them. I mean, just you have so many
Well,
crazy
a lot of my
combinations,
ones is your UV.
levels and levels and layers and layers. And it's like
Yeah.
That's an interesting part of it to me too. It's like there are vortexes, there are implosions, there are lines, there are this and that, but it's like all of those things are techs. It's not so much about the tech; it's about like what are you doing with all those techs. It's like you can take. I like taking elements and playing them off of each other, and so they reflect on each other. It's like it's not just the vortex part, but the vortex is backed up by that encamo section in this way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a combination of techs, and it's going beyond tech into making it something that has a presence to it that doesn't make you think about a tech.
Yeah.
You look at a vortex and you'll be like, that's a nice vortex, you know?
Yeah.
I want people to be like, that's a nice whatever the living fuck that thing
Yeah.
even fucking is.
Yeah. No, when I look at your marbles, I'm always more compelled to be like, some of them I'm just like, I'm lost at like how you constructed them. And I love that because normally I always feel pretty confident, like I can look at it like, I know how this is put together. I may not be able to accomplish it or do it myself, but I understand. But I look at, you have a couple of marbles and styles that I've been like, I'm not even sure how you achieved this.
That's fun to fuck with glassblowers like that
Yeah.
too. Especially it's like I know people are looking at trying to just
Dissect it, right.
diverse engineer or whatever and all that kind of stuff. But it's like if you're like, I see how you did that and that, but how do those two come together?
Yeah.
Yeah, until I
That's
started
that's
watching you
success.
work, I mean, I was just like, how the fuck is he doing this shit? And then when I watched you, when I watched you put that 3-point thing in there, and the fucking thing is, I owe you, because I make those.
Have
Death
you been
Star.
trying?
Well, I did that. You know, I do this Death Star marbles.
Yeah.
And I always did them. Because I take my color and I sculpt all the lines in it, and then I'd fume it, and then I would take a huge glob of glass, drop it,
Yeah.
and peel it around.
Yoshi. Yeah, Yoshi
So,
tech.
Yep.
after I saw you do that, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to do this. So I sculpted it, and I put the 3-point thing and stuck it into 2, started from one end and sucked it around, and
Yeah.
I didn't have any lines. It was perfect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I was just like,
Yeah,
I told him,
yeah,
when I did it, I was like, dude, this came out really nice compared to what I always
Yeah.
did. And I was like, because I could do them pretty good and get them pretty clean by doing the drop
Yeah.
stuff, but you'd always have the line in the center where the two
Yep.
pieces come together.
And-
And I do one side and then do the other side. And
with the sleeve, you have a lot more control about exactly how much you put over
but
there.
I owe
you know?
that. I mean,
Maybe you
I
don't
owe
want
that to you for watching you do that. It makes sense, and I was like,
It's
why
just
don't I
sleeving.
try that?
It's just sleeving. You know,
But,
it's
you
not
know,
anything.
your janky little 3 arms you use.
I know it is janky.
Believe me, full disclosure. I had known you for 10 years, and the first time I actually was working with McDaniels.
I know.
When I
How
was
stupid is that?
Yeah, right. So we've
I'm
never.
so sorry.
But I just was. I remember coming back to Pennsylvania and being like, "Man, I saw John make his marbles, and he had these janky little arms on his sleeve."
I know, it is totally
But
janky.
I know.
But the thing is that the janky arms make for quick cleanup.
quick cleanup and
You can do it way more complex,
Yeah, yeah,
but then
yeah,
you'll be
yeah.
like spending 20 minutes plucking.
That's the
Yeah.
fucking
Well,
hilarious
it's-
part is when I did mine, I actually like pre-made my arm real sexy and welded everything.
Yeah.
Hand towards everything was sexy.
It doesn't have to be sexy.
I know, but I was like,
Yeah.
I don't like. I'm like with him, like his punnies are so fucking late, and he'll just be he'll just fall.
yeah,
like,
that's right. You're the big punny guy.
I don't want nothing falling off. I just don't like it falling.
Well, you just gotta be gentle.
I know, but I'm not gentle. I bang shit around and smack it and beat it and hit shit. And,
I was laughing the other day. He must have dropped his marble like 5 times. I said, "I think I'm rubbing off on you."
yeah, for real. Well, I was trying to finish the marble, and I didn't want this big ass putty mark, and I was just like trying, kept falling off. Then I had a fucking put a putty back on it, and clean the fucking thing off, peeled the shit off, and stuck to it. It's like, son of a bitch. Finally, I just fucking welded a goddamn putty to it. Fucking did it.
Yeah, no. Sometimes it gets dicey with like if it's real janky. Like sometimes I don't even do them well, so they're like barely hanging on
It'll
down.
just
And I'm
release,
just like
yeah.
like really babying and make sure I don't.
Yeah,
I know if I
see
hit it,
Blake
like,
do that
too
with his
hard,
rigs.
like,
He puts those cold seals on his rigs, and I watched him that one day at the shop drop that fucking rig like 5 times off that putty. I'm like, what the fuck?
That doesn't happen very often. Blake does have his cold welds down. He does.
yeah.
Because he's like, all of his rigs are like finished and they're just all on, and there's comes
Yeah,
off clean.
nice,
So
sweet.
nice, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the well done cold punty is just so operative in all these kind of ways.
That's
Have you
right.
ever like finished up a marble and you're like cold punty it and like, but it was actually a little warmer than you thought it was, and you crack it off and you leave a big old divot right in the center of it, and you fuck.
Yeah.
Like, that gives you another half hour of work. Right
Exactly, yeah.
there.
Yeah, I'm used to that half-hour work.
I remember when we were there flaming there the last time. It was so I told, I guess, Marjorie this the other day. It was like I was making marbles and we were all flaming. You're like, fucking, I'm making some marbles. You made one of your Darth Vaders and you kind of like banged it out. And then at the end you were like, fuck, this looks like rubbish. And you're like, dude, it's how you did the same marble again, but you took like real careful time with it. And you like focused on through it, and then was the outcome that time.
Yeah.
The second time was like,
Yeah, well, I get practiced up. We've been making a ton of stuff lately, so I'm pretty practiced up on it.
yeah.
We brought a ton of marbles. So,
Yeah.
so we made a bunch
That's
of
awesome.
Star Wars.
Good.
I've been making the Vaders and the heads and all that stuff. And he's
Yeah,
built
sure.
all these like
Yeah,
space-
your
spacey-
wiggly or your stamps.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been
Well,
doing,
no,
I've been doing all this. I get kind of
See all the
getting back
planets?
into space.
Oh,
Doing a
okay,
lot of
okay,
planets.
right on.
see the planets and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's been
Nice,
we've
nice.
been making these together.
Oh man, I'll look forward to get over there and
check
checking them out.
And we sandblasted the back.
Ooh,
Yeah.
have you guys been blasting for a long
Yeah.
time? You blasted something recently. Am I thinking
We
straight?
blasted our initials in them all. You know, we got our
How
initials.
long you been blasting?
We just started this year.
I got us a blaster a while ago, but then Darren, the guy that's doing our camera work today, he just
Darren.
kind of he bought some like basically like a vinyl cutter, and so like he's just been like we were gonna do Star Wars stuff. He just next thing you know, there's just a pile of Star Wars like stickers, and he just,
Oh, cool.
it's hard to tell like on these they're actually like there's a Millennium with our signatures in it.
Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, so like he gave us all these like nice signature stickers for sandblasting.
Oh yeah.
Little cone 12 flat
yeah,
PB.
fucking cool. Man, I love sandblasting. I'm gonna get into sandblasting some.
I would like to
someday,
see what
sometime.
you-
We actually brought a pretty good grip of our production work. We have some underwater scenes and we have Star Wars scenes, but they're all sandblasted rigs.
Nice. Oh, yeah,
So
yeah. Nice.
I do like a Star Wars marble like this and put it on the back of it, and then we just sandblast all these like little ships and
Sweet.
like, little figures and stuff, and then we did a bunch of jellyfish and fish and coral reefs he did, and we sandblasted them with all kinds of fishies and underwater scenes. on it.
nice.
So we brought a whole grip of underwater themed sandblasted stuff.
I actually just thought of something too that I need to make a plea to John right now on behalf of Kevin. Can you help this guy get back on the Marble Collectors page? He was kicked off because he didn't understand a rule 4 years ago.
I got kicked off the first week I
Oh,
was
dude,
on it.
what the?
I kept telling him, I was like, I'm going to get a hold of John. We got John on the
What
spot.
happened was I didn't
Who
know.
kicked you out? Terry kicked you out.
Probably.
I don't know.
Because it was
I
a
don't
long
know.
time ago.
Terry.
Well, listen,
Yeah,
the guy.
there's a
this
pendant
was-
on the table behind the marble. And
Well,
he
no,
thought he trying to
it was
score
pendants.
something.
It was pendants.
Oh, you
And it
showed
was a long time
It
ago.
was the first marble show. It was the Wheaton show. The first marbles. I just started making marbles for that marble
You would
show.
have told me that. I would.
Well, I went to the Wheaton show and like I just made all those skull. Remember, I got the
Yeah,
skull thing. I started making all the skulls. And all I had. I just started making marbles, and I was all proud. I was like, and then I started making those skull pendants. And I was just, for some reason I just thought I never looked at the page rule. I just thought, oh, I got a
You
pendant.
didn't read the
And then,
rules?
dude, they never even sent me a message.
They didn't tell him no warning, no nothing. Just
Yeah,
pop that down.
I've been kicked off ever since. That's what he said the other day. We've been making these really nice Star Wars. He's like, dude, we should put some of these on the marble. I was like, I can't be on there.
No, that's fuck.
Yeah.
I'm adding you immediately. No, there's no reason for that at all.
Yeah.
Well,
I know now not to do it. I had zero idea about.
Yeah.
If anybody out there is blocked, send, DM me. Like we'll work it out here somehow. Unless you're an asshole, you know. Like, and then there's very very few assholes.
So you
now.
have block him?
Yeah, so I'm.
This guy is perfectly good with us. If Josh is in, you're in. I guarantee.
So how is that MCP page? I mean, for a while it was spectacular going on, and
Yep.
I don't do as much Facebook.
MCP is still the best place on Facebook.
What
for
are the
marbles.
rules? What are the rules?
No
for, like-
offense to my friends at Black Market and Marbles on Thing.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, I
everybody.
post on
Yeah.
those all the time.
Yeah, they're all great pages, but nobody keeps it clean like the MCP does, and it's funny. It's
Well,
like
marbles and things. They call it marbles and things. You know, it's just like
Yeah, when it's like kind of everything. It's like there's a lot of
No
collectors
pipes.
out there that really appreciate how clean the MCP. Okay, I'm
I came here for this. This is what I'm
viewing
saying.
audience.
Yeah.
A lot of people get pissed off at the MCP, right? But it's like the cleanliness of the MCP and the strictness of the MCP is what makes it really cozy for a lot of like high end collectors,
Yeah.
and it makes it to this day the best place to sell high end marbles.
Yeah.
But a
MCP
marble on
is
the MCP,
the marble
like that's
collector's
really
page.
really nice, that should get a high price. It'll get a decent price. Put it on one of the other pages, and it's just like the
Crap.
audience just doesn't. Maybe it will,
Yeah.
but not often, you know.
I've been thinking about trying to, I've been thinking about trying to do that.
Post.
I will.
Yeah, do it.
Because I have a couple styles that I haven't even.
I was wondering about that the other day. Like, why you guys don't do that? Like, dude,
Yeah.
I'll add you
I'm blocked. I
tonight.
don't see
Oh,
nothing.
shit.
Yeah, I don't
Well, we got to put one of these Star Wars marbles.
Yeah,
up
I think
there.
we put one of these Star Wars marbles and we made. I think.
Yeah.
So-
Oh no, you absolutely should, and
'Cause they're really
people
nice.
should work with the MCB. And it's
They
like,
should, yeah.
It's strict, but it's like, but the strictness helps the scene. You know, it really, really does.
Oh, I know now. I'm sorry. Don't put marble. on there. I'm like,
But you should have gotten a warning. If it was today, I would have messaged you and I said, Kevin, please no.
Yeah, nobody
It's
said a
much
word.
more smooth now.
Nobody said a word. Literally, I just woke up the next day. I was like, "Why can't I see any of this shit?" I was like, "Put it
yeah.
on, dude!" Like that's the first thing I've ever been blocked from. I've never actually been blocked from anything before.
The early days of the MCP were a little violent. And it kind of like pissed off. Really, actually, there are grudges that exist in the scene to this day.
I
because
kind of
the
have
early
one with one of
violence.
them.
So, like, you know,
Yeah, I made a comment.
Yeah.
Somebody would tell me they're putting their marbles in the windowsill, and I said, and they're talking about, oh, the colors are going to fade, and I was like, are you joking? Those colors are going to fade, but you were very likely to start a fire on your windowsill. I've seen it happen. I've got burnt holes in my fucking windowsill.
Sure.
And just got crazy on me. He thought I was insulting him and all that. I got out of it, but I was just like, I've never like been able to
Edit out the name drop.
Yeah, sorry. Edit out the name. Edit out the. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, well, because I said it's a pre-existing grudge, I don't even get it. It's like I was like, because I even was like trying to be friendly, because I said something like, "I know your name is, but maybe it should be crazy." Because well, and I just thought I was being kind. I thought it was lighthearted because I can be much more cutting. Than
Edit
that.
out the second name
Edit out
drop.
the second name. Whatever. Well, that John's not affiliated with that thing, and like I said, I just was like, and but the truth is, don't put your marbles in windowsills. They're fire starting.
Yeah, you shouldn't put them over.
You shouldn't
They
put
look
them in
great in windows.
They look great, but like, and also borrow colors are not going to fade. I'm sorry.
The borrow colors do not fade.
Yeah, they don't not fade. So.
Yeah, but only non-glass people think that.
Yeah.
Nobody
It's
glass.
just like, where's it gonna go? It's just like, where's that fade gonna go?
I just, again, I was trying to like, I thought I was again like kind of in a situation. Him, he did something innocent. I innocently thought like, oh no, you guys, that's not gonna happen. But you should seriously take this as concern. And then everybody was like, you're crazy, you're over. And I was like, but anyway.
Why are you being so negative?
I know, right? And I was
Shouldn't
like,
you get kicked off the board for negativity.
totally. I mean, I really, but I thought I kind of every day I was like, oh, one of these days I'll play
Pull
off of
some
this.
strings. Get me back in there.
Yeah.
No,
it's done.
It's
I would be a pretty prominent
kind of
person because that's like one of the,
string.
I like to post on the marble pages.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like when we make marbles, I love marbles. You know, they're fun.
Totally.
Like I love to post show them up.
Yeah, man, and people should engage the MCP. Like,
Yeah.
take your good work and put it on the MCP.
Totally. That's why I wanted to bring it up because I do I really do think again I think it has served a valuable thing. I
Yes.
appreciate that. Again, like it's the cleanliness of it, and you know when you go there, that's what you're
Yeah,
getting.
and I'll tell you, I mean, like I'm interacting, like, but both as me and also as the admin, I'm interacting with high end collectors that scour that page all the time, and they appreciate the cleanliness. They appreciate like how concise it is, and they just want to see good work, and so it's like,
Well, what is it like if you're going to make a marble post? If you can briefly, what's the rule? I'm making a marble post. If you want to sell a marble on
oh,
the
it's
marble
pretty
post.
open as long as you like post
What's the-
size and.
Oh, I thought there
price
was like
and-
you have to have this, and this to make the post.
You have to have price listed.
Price.
You have to have the size listed.
And what
But
about
it's kind of,
That's
and
it,
you
just
have to
price
like
list.
have some kind of reasonable auction rules. You know,
Okay.
like some
All right,
auction
so-
rules that make sense.
so do you prefer pictures or video? What does it matter?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all.
Can you put marbles?
The video is better.
I always do video anyhow.
Video's
That's
better.
why I ask. Is
Yeah,
some
yeah.
places want pictures. I like video because I think you can see more.
A video and stills really. If
Both,
like
yeah.
one really wanted to like wrench it out, like video and stills are great. People really
And you
appreciate
can also
it.
put
There's a
marbles
lot
that
of
are-
conscientious people out there that are scouring that MCP. And
But it has to be a
quality
completely
stuff.
round, perfect marble.
Unless you're Nathan.
Yeah,
Because
yes,
you guys make an
yes.
exception for him, right?
Who?
Gorman.
Oh,
So don't get me because that is going to be my thing that I would say. And again, I'm not. If you want to tread on this ground later, you can stop me. But I think that is it's favoritism. It's something that doesn't seem to be jive.
Well,
'Cause,
his are like sculpted or
yeah.
sandblasted.
okay, yeah, I'm not trying to get John into trouble on this.
Well, you're heading into an area that's been like a lot of fight in certain ways.
yeah,
right.
Well, you can't pick. Yeah,
And I mean, Gorman stuff is fucking
incredible.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
untouchably amazing.
yeah,
Gorman!
absolutely. And this isn't a comment about Nick. It's more about this role
yeah.
and inclusion.
Well, there,
Fucking amazing.
Because I like my text,
he's allowed to have a marble like that on there, but then I put something else. They're gonna kick me off.
That's
but
the
they're not gonna
thing.
kick
It's
you
just
off.
like it gets to be a real slippery slope because if this is allowed, then why is that not
Well,
allowed?
absolutely. I mean, Piper
there's-
Dan's first marbles that I saw all had hobnails.
No. See, I no offense to anybody out there, but I would not allow hobnails myself. But I'm only one of 4. Okay. So,
Well, I agree with you, but I hope you don't mind because I have always want to talk about this because I think if the like I do these textured marbles, I only got to those because I made marble. I made over 8,000 vortexes, and then I was like, no, this is inspired by my marble. This is the form that I choose.
Yeah.
I am a marble maker, and I'm gonna have. And then this group's gonna be like, no. I'm like, no, I actually make marbles.
So
you
they're
may
not-
buy marbles, but I actually make.
They're
these.
not allowed there, right?
They would not be allowed.
Well,
for sure.
well-
I wouldn't think. Yeah.
I see. No, okay. So I think yours should be allowed because you're my friend.
No, but honestly, it is a marble.
But that's the thing. It is marble-ish. Like there have been some heavy arguments recently with people who have pushed marbles too far into gems, and gems are different than marbles.
Yeah.
They're no longer marbles if they're gems, right?
Yeah.
It just plain is.
Now
right?
I could see your ones that are like octagon-y shape, but the ones where it's around all one side and the
Yes.
back's just a little stamped or something.
Yeah.
I think that's a marble.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
at least the whole front lens is completely clear and friggin'
Yeah.
round. Then you might have the back, but like now I can see your octagon shaped one. There,
Yeah, the ones that
Yeah, if they are not marbles anymore, right?
Yeah.
But your most of the as far as what I've seen, your most watery, wavery ones that they're all stamped and everything
Yeah.
are still marbles.
Yeah.
They're just watery and wavery.
Exactly.
Gorman stuff are still marbles. They are just like kind of like nihilistically destroyed marbles,
Totally.
or like.
But they're-
they are the marble is the base for what
yeah,
Gorman
but
stuff is.
the source for that is a marble, and that's
Yes.
what comes from. And so, like, I that's where I get on the thing because I think, like, if you really want to let this become an art, you have to allow that permission to happen. And I understand you can't let every
Yes.
newbie that comes in be like, I'm doing this now. There has to be like a level where, like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
we're
Like
and
the
it's like
egg.
there's a level where you receive
Put those eggs out.
you get
like
a chance
critters.
to put
Yeah.
permission. You have a permission to do that because you have showed an obvious dedication to that.
People try to put the critters on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like critters are not allowed on the MCP.
Yeah.
right. They're just too
Unless
far.
they were
They're
in the
too
marble.
far into sculpture.
Yeah.
Than they are with critters. Even if they're built onto a thing, like octopus
yeah,
or something,
absolutely.
they're too far into sculpture to be a marble per se.
Oh, I agree.
But we've had some real like bad fights with.
And well, okay, and then again, I want to just make it so like my original marble. I don't know if you remember, like the one that for me, one of the first marbles that I made that I thought was important were my nest egg marbles with the spiders. I would do an implosion marble that had all like fume dots. That was the egg sac of the marble.
Oh, yes.
And then the back of the marble would be some type of decorative pattern, and then there would be a spider mounted on it. That the abdomen was the matching of the back because the spider's now camouflaging. It's chosen to match this marble.
Those in a while. It's like you haven't done many. Of them.
I did those at Wheaton. I did 80 of them numbered, and I haven't gotten back to them.
Okay.
And they're out there in the world, and those were marbles, and that spider chose to be there because it blended into its environment.
Wait.
I mean,
we're blending lines.
I'm just saying. I mean, it was very conceptual. It wasn't about,
Yeah.
and so like I would be like, and the matching of the abdomen
What
to the
somebody
body.
told me
of the
was
marble.
this. They said the thing has to roll smooth. And that's what somebody told me after that. It was actually Tim
but
Parker
Gorman stuff
that told me
doesn't
that.
roll
At
smooth.
Bob Parker's marbles don't roll smooth.
no, but he was just saying. I found out.
Yeah, drop that name.
I found out about it at the Wheaton show when I got booted. So I was like, you know what? I haven't done that thing. I was like, I can't see it. And then I was eating breakfast or whatever. And Chad's like, oh yeah, you put a pen in there. He's like, you're gonna be done.
It does.
And he's the one that told me
Because he got in trouble for that too.
Well, he had one in the background.
Well, I definitely don't like it when pendants are also in there because
Yeah.
there's also a like there
agree
is
with you,
there is a
Fishy.
subtle sales message in that. You
And
know,
I agree with you.
Oh, I've got
And if I would have took
I agree, I totally-
35 seconds to look at the rules, I would have done that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I follow the rules. I'm not like trying
Yeah.
to rock the boat. I just felt like somebody could have said, "Hey, you got to take that down,"
Yeah.
and then I'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I would have been like, "No problem." You
Well,
know?
either way, it's just been good. I think the MCP is super important. I like what they do, and I'm glad we had a chance to talk about it. I appreciate it.
and again, I can't stress this enough. It's like all this sounds like Marvel Nazi shit, but
if you're a
the
purist-
collectors really appreciate it. The high-end collectors really appreciate us.
And that's what I'm looking for.
Tight-laced scene.
In a sense, I feel like I am a little bit of that Marvel Nazi myself, but then I see the things that are happening there, and I waver on it because I'm about the form and
For me, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
You know, if there's any change that I could make to the MCP, my fellow admins, is that it's the soft glass rule, which is very, very tough.
they don't let soft glass marbles.
Oh no soft glass.
Oh,
Aura
wow.
marbles only on the MCP.
Well, then they should change the name.
Well, that's
Because
another big problem. But
Because it's not if they're gonna
They don't let any soft
They're
glass
dismissed.
marbles.
there's no soft glass marbles on there, and like a lot of
So
time,
people like beat them and like that. They're
Purser
like,
beat 'em,
Can't
Matt
see-
Smith,
but
dude.
worse, my
Hot
boy
dog.
Zach Jorgensen.
Oh, but Zach's a pimp. God, I love that.
Yes.
guy. Have you met
Love
him
that.
yet since he moved out to West Coast now, right?
Zach Jorgensen?
I thought he moved out west.
Oh no, he's always
still in
lived in
Nashville?
McMinnville. No, he's been in McMinnville for. Oh no, he's never gone out there. He's always lived in McMinnville.
Okay, I
he's
got
coming
mixed
down
up.
with me to HMW.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I guess I haven't mixed up.
Wait, we're pushing the hour mark. We gotta get
Oh,
the
yeah.
show here.
We
about
gotta
5
get down to the
minutes.
show, everybody.
So, we're gonna cut this.
We usually do a giveaway. We never did anything this week, but
No, we're not ready. We'll figure something out.
we'll figure something out. Just watch the episode. Be sure you're following our good buddy John Bridges. Go check
Blackfire
out the
Glass.
MCP.
And thank you so much, John.
Yeah, John,
Cheers.
thank you.
Very informative.
Thank you guys.
Get me back
So
into
much
that Marvel
fun.
thing, and
Love these dudes so
we're gonna,
much.
We're gonna see him soon. So hey, take it easy, everybody. Thank you.
Come out to Mel.
Yeah.